This is Victoria with victoriavegan.blogspot.com, and today I am doing a video on calcium. I did a video on protein last time, so check that out if you haven't seen it. But this is one of my most favorite topics to talk about, calcium and why dairy products are harmful. So I'm just going to jump right in. I made some notes like I did last time so I wouldn't forget anything. So for years, what have we been taught? We've been taught that we need dairy for our calcium. To build strong teeth and bones, you need your dairy. You know, you're basically going to die if you don't have your dairy. So what I want to enlighten you today on is that you don't need dairy for your calcium. That's not true. And in fact, it's the dairy that's so harmful to humans. So first of all, where does calcium come from? Calcium comes from the earth. Plants absorb the minerals like calcium through their roots, and it goes up into their leaves and everything. And then the animals are eating the plants to get their calcium. And that's what humans should be doing. We should just be going straight to the source, straight to the plants to get our minerals. And plants are loaded with minerals, you know, enough to support some of the skeletal frames of some of the largest animals on the planet, like elephants. Elephants only eat plants, and they're so strong that they could probably kill any one of us if they wanted to. If they weren't in the mood that day, they could just stomp on us. So I'm just saying that we could be so strong and healthy if we all ate plants instead of going to the animals. So, plants are just the ideal source of calcium. Some raw vegan and vegan plant sources of calcium are soaked nuts and seeds. Sesame tahini is loaded with calcium, and green leafy vegetables, and one of my favorites is seaweed. Now, so why are plant sources of calcium better than dairy? It's because, now listen here, are you guys listening? Dairy milk is for calves, not humans. Yes, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. It's for calves. You know, the milk that is produced from a cow is for a calf that's going to grow like 5,000 pounds in the next 6 months. It's just not meant for human consumption. It's not enough for our bodies to process and take, you know, especially little babies. So, but the clincher here is that the overconsumption of animal proteins, and the animal protein in milk is called casein, makes the body so over-acidic. And what happens when the body is over-acidic? The body tries to neutralize it by stealing alkaline minerals like calcium from the bones and the teeth to neutralize the acidity in the body, and then you end up peeing it out through your urine. So essentially, every time you eat dairy, you're peeing out some of your calcium because it made your body acidic. And another thing I want you to think about is that why is it that the countries with the highest rates of dairy consumption also have the highest incidence of osteoporosis? I mean, it's no coincidence. It's just really important also to realize that there is no calcium loss when you consume plant proteins. So no matter how much kale you eat, you're not going to be peeing out any of your calcium. So it's wonderful. But one thing I really wanted to bring up is if you say, Victoria, I'm a vegan or I'm a raw vegan, I get tons of plant sources of calcium, and I'm still having bone issues. I have osteoporosis or I have teeth issues. You know, why is that? It's because if you are, you need to look to your parathyroid, because the parathyroid is what deals with calcium utilization in the body. So my point is that no matter how much calcium you're intaking, if your parathyroid isn't on point and isn't working, then you're not going to utilize it. So when you go on a raw food diet or you start detoxifying your body after years of abuse, it will bring your weaknesses to light. So if you already had a parathyroid issue, it'll bring it to light and it'll show you it so you can continue to heal it. So detoxifying with raw foods isn't an overnight panacea. It's going to take time to regenerate the body. And just like you drank dairy milk for 50 years, it's going to take some time to clean out the body, unplug it, unconstipate it, and, heal and be that much stronger. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. And it's just really important to realize that. So, and back to dairy. One of the most important things to realize is that dairy is extremely mucus forming in the body. Meat and dairy ignite disease in the body over time. So it's just essential that we remove it from our diets, and especially for the little children. Kids often have runny noses all the time, sinus infections, ear infections, and they're constantly in and out of doctor's offices for colds and flus. And if we removed the dairy products from their diet, we would see them get so much better, because we're not meant to consume dairy products. So of course they make us sick. So, and also, if all of that wasn't enough for you guys, dairy products are loaded with growth hormones and antibiotics. So I encourage you to do more research on this topic and to see for yourself why plant sources of calcium are better and why dairy products need to be yanked out of our diet. And if all of that wasn't enough for you guys, I really suggest that you guys read The China Study by T. Colin Campbell and Thomas M. Campbell. It says this is the most comprehensive study of nutrition ever conducted. And what this is they did a study in China correlating the meat and dairy consumption with the incidence of disease. This book is wonderful. It's very interesting, and I really encourage you to read it, if I piqued your interest even a little bit on this, because it might save your life. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really, really appreciate it, and look forward to new videos from me and recipes, and thank you so much for watching. Bye! Got milk? Well, maybe you shouldn't.